everyone. Today I would like to introduce you to a new product that's going to be released June 1st. It is called the Birthday Memories Collection. Okay, and the Birthday Memories is kind of vintage, kind of modern. It includes these stamps, and they look really small in the package, but when you open them up, it's actually a double stamp set, so you actually get larger stamps. Okay, and there's coordinating thinlits. It's called Birthday Friends. And then there is this awesome designer series paper. Okay, I want to go through the paper. It's my favorite thing about the suite. And then I'm going to kind of go over the materials I used to create these projects over here. Okay, I love this with the poodles. The other side is nice and plain. But who would use the other side, you know, when you can use the poodles? I only use the scraps the other side. We have the little chef and birthday cakes. And then we have the fun animals wearing their party hats. And on the back is some flowers and some more party hats in a nice pattern. Okay, then we have stripes. And this is incredible. I just love this for scrapbooking. I'm afraid to cut this page apart. That's why I have two of them. Because I don't want to cut those apart. Okay, and we've already shown you the chefs and the birthday cakes. And then there's this little girl. Now the little girl in the paper is the front of the little girl. And then in the stamp set, it's the back of the little girl. Okay, there's also some accessories. Like for example, so for this card, I use these accessories. Okay, the balloon honeycomb embellishments. Just adorable. Okay, I cut out the poodles from the designer series paper with my brother's scan and cut. I'm going to show you the pattern of what that looks like. And I stamped it. Little peekaboo frame here. All the materials will be on my blog site, but this is an actual retired Big's die. And then some designer series paper. Nothing on the inside except that you can see the whole poodle. Okay, now, so for that project, I used the balloon punch, and I also used balloons from the paper. Okay, the next project is this one here. Okay, now this one I combined the Birthdays Memories collection with some other things. There's some paper that looked like wood, and I'll be putting that on my blog. It's retiring. And I used that for the crate. I used a new product coming out June 1st, the wood crate die. Okay, I used the designer series paper from this collection, the Birthday Memories collection. Another honeycomb embellishment, which I just love those. A little straw, special delivery. I punched him out with this label punch and stamped it with the set. And then on the back, I just used the backing of the paper that's inside the crate. Okay, super cute. Okay, for this project here, I took the little boxes that are on the clearance section, which I just love, and I just covered them all with designer series paper and different embellishments. And then I stamped "It's Your Big Day" on there, and I didn't back it. I just backed it with another piece of Whisper White. Okay, another treat box. Okay, for this guy, these are little chalkboards I got at Michael's a long time ago on clearance for only 15 cents each. And I just thought the little chef would be cute, and you could put all your different menu items. I have a bunch of these. I think I might put them at my sale tables, write what items I have. Okay, and then for this little girl, you know, I'm going to be using her on some cards, but I realized that this Project Life Cards and Labels frame, the small frame, was perfect for cutting out the little girl. And this is what I mean. You just lay it over, run it through your big shelf. Now, the only thing is at the end, you're going to have little pieces of cupcake, see, in the corners, and that's no problem. I have a Project Life corner rounder, but that didn't work. It wasn't deep enough. So I used this one. Let's see if I focus. focus that. Okay, Martha Stewart corner punch. Okay, I used that to make these perfect edges for the little girl. Now I'm ready now to make a whole bunch of cards with her. I mean, who would use the back of that paper, right? I'm gonna use her, she's awesome. Okay, and then lastly is a project we made at the onstage event. And this card is long gone, but here's a project we made. Oops, I shouldn't be turning the camera. Right here, okay? We just stamped the back in crumb cake, used some crumb cake cardstock, and we cut out this fox with the thin light using designer series paper. Okay, so now, let me talk about these thinlits. They're awesome, but say you have a page of poodles, and there's one poodle thinlit in the birthday friend set. Well, I wanted to cut out all the poodles, so what I did is I put the paper through my brother's scan and cut. It did a pretty darn good job. And here's, like, I just have a little scrap of paper left at the end that didn't cut them all out. It does a better job reading the middle of the paper. Okay, so that's what I did with those. I cut out with the brother's scan and cut all these poodles. Now I have lots of poodles for embellishments. Okay, but the thinlits are great too. And I use the thinlits to cut out these, like the flag, the little girl. Okay, the fox. Okay, so I still use the thinlits. But there wasn't a thinlit for this one. So I would then use the brother's scan and cut to cut out the bear. Okay, sometimes I tried to cut out things with the brother's scan and cut, and I didn't have much luck. So in those cases, I would take, like for example, for these, I would just use, actually for those two, sorry being so shaky, I'm using my phone here. I use these tags and labels framelits, okay, to cut out these. So yes, I did cut off part of the bunny, but it really worked well. Okay, lastly, I did a set of coloring of these. This is my kind of first attempt of coloring these stamps. And I'll show you how to mass produce in a minute. So just to show you, there's a lot of colors in this suite. And if you don't have all the colors, you don't think you have a lot of these colors, like this is Pacific Point, then check your other tools. Like I didn't have Pacific Point in the stamp pad or marker, but then I had these watercolor pencils and there it was. I had Pacific Point in there. Okay, and sweet sugar plum. It's one of the ink colors from 2016 to 18, so I happen to have that color. Okay, so I just looked in my collection of markers and I found a lot of the colors that go with the suite. Now, the pink didn't go with the suite, but I thought I had to make a pink poodle. Okay, and the fox, I think I made him a little too dark, but I'll be working with these like aqua painter blender pens to make him a lot lighter. But I tried to color him with crumb cake, and I don't think he came out too well. And there's balloon, little girl cake. So these are just little elements I cut out with the thinlit dies, and I colored with whatever I had. And now, at the risk of this video getting too long, but I really need to show you this because this is an awesome way to mass produce. So if you cut out a bunch of your elements with your thinlits and use a Misty stamping tool, there's a link on my blog. Okay, you can then lay these elements, let me focus there, into your template, mass stamp, mass produce. So I'll be making a lot of these. So I laid out my stamps on this template. Now the stamps aren't going to move. The stamps are going to stay. I'm going to ink up in black, push down, stamp all these, then I'm going to take it out, like take out all the stamped images, which are perfectly aligned. Just go cut out some more, which I've already done just to show you. Line them back in their template. Okay, and I'm going to do this all at once. Take out the fox, stick another fox in, stamp again. So this tool allows me to mass produce. And I'm still using the thinlits, but I can just throw them all in white, whisper white paper, cardstock, run them through, and then just lay them into this template. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed my projects using the Birthday Memory Suite. Please check out my blog for a full list of materials that I used on this project.